The dark side of North Korea, escape tales and hidden truths. A country where watching foreign films could cost you your life, and the mere possession of the gospel. A place where crime, in a world that seems to know everything, there remains one state about which nothing is known, a closed land encircled by intricate barbed wires, ruled by a leader whom hearts obey out of fear rather than love. Its people only smile in front of the cameras, yet they dare not dream. For nothing there is like any other place. People live under the shadow of an immortal leader's statue, a land for which only a few ever leave, and into which only those chosen under careful scrutiny are allowed to enter. In this video, we will not simply visit North Korea. Instead, we will delve deep into the psyche of its system, explore the secrets of its locked homes, and recount tales of the greatest escape operations alongside the strangest rituals and the most unbelievable dozen things that seem hard to believe are true. The birth and rule. North Korea was established in 1948, following the withdrawal of the Japanese from the Korean peninsula. It was either born or, as Kim Il-sung intended, forged into the impenetrable imperial state after a bloody war that split the land into north and south. But what was born was not a state. It was a kingdom, the kingdom of the Kim family. From a founding patriarch, Kim Il-sung, who earned the title Eternal Leader, after whose death the rule passed to his son Kim Jong-il, and then to his grandson, the current leader Kim Jong-un. Nothing has changed except the form of the statue. This dynasty, the Kim dynasty, continues to rule every drop of blood and the unwavering loyalty. Everything is attributed to the leader. The food, the weather, and even the victories in football, that hidden or unseen geography. Mountains and rugged ranges, cold rivers, dense forests, and enchanting nature, but no one sees it, because half of the country is a military zone while the other half is completely closed off to visitors. Nobody walks there, for even the air is under surveillance. Programmed education. In North Korea, education is not truly for learning. It is a tool. Science is not taught. Loyalty is drilled in. History is written as the leader desires, not as events actually occurred, and children are indoctrinated with obedience rather than independent thought. In North Korean schools, children are not taught how to think, but rather what to believe. The lesson begins with reciting the pledge to the leader and ends with presentation of history as dictated by the system, not as it truly happened. A uniform curriculum and state-controlled education, centered on glorifying the system and monitoring the students. The rate of formal education may be high, but ideological guidance is absolute. An unending war. In North Korea, war has not ceased since 1953. Rockets are produced instead of bread, and shelters are built in place of houses. Everything is ready for war, except for peace. For 70 years, North Korea has never stopped preparing for an impending war. With billions of dollars, rockets are produced, military maneuvers are conducted, and its neighbors are intimidated, while its people stand in bread lines. Here is a list of the 18 most bizarre things. 1. Do you only have 15 hairstyles allowed? 2. There is no internet, only an intranet called Kwanayon. 3. Watching 4 movies could cost you your life. 4. The police organize marches on streets that don't even have cars. 5. Women are forced to work at entertainment events for the police. 6. The law forces you to cry at the leader's funeral. 7. The children of traitors are imprisoned even into the 3rd generation. 8. Borders are jammed against escapees. 9. All songs are exclusively in praise of the leader. 10. A whole city has been built to deceive South Korea. 11. Streets are closed as soon as the leader passes by, even if no one is around. 12. Escaping the country is considered a crime against the state. 13. Trains are so slow that they take 24 hours to cover 200 kilometers. 14. A collective suicide occurs in a family because of one person's mistake. 15. Schools are used to teach children how to hate America from the age of 5. 16. There are daily organized official parades. 17. The leader statues are washed on a weekly basis. 18. A radio station operates 24/7. The collapsing economy. Despite its abundant resources, nearly 60% of the population lives in poverty. The currency is worthless, and the real state is the black market. Everything is for sale except freedom, a society of fear. In North Korea, do not trust your neighbor. They might be an informant, and even your own son might report you. In this society, everyone watches everyone else, and fear prevails over love in every aspect. Allegiance is not to the nation, but to the leader. Social bonds in North Korea are devoured by fear. The closed tourism. North Korea opens its doors occasionally, but only what it wants you to see. There are astonishing landmarks, yet it is a stage and its sole audience is the camera. The greatest state escape operations. One of the most common ways to escape North Korea is crossing the border into China. One of the most prominent group escapes occurred in 2009, when a group of North Koreans managed to cross into China. The operation attracted international attention. This was not an isolated incident. Many families participated, making it one of the largest collective escape attempts in North Korea's history. In another famous case, a North Korean military commander known as Kim, not the current leader's name, managed to escape with his wife and children in 2014. Kim was part of North Korea's military system, and his escape became a pivotal point in revealing some of the regime's secrets. He communicated with Western media after his escape, which brought increased attention to the dictatorial nature of the regime. The 5 most prevalent crimes. 1. Escaping the state. 2. Watching South Korean films. 3. Possession of the gospel. 4. Criticizing the leader. 5. Attempting suicide, legally prohibited. Modern slavery, the exploitation of women and surveillance. Women work in secret factories, and laborers are sent to China and Russia without wages, only to earn hard currency for the state. Inside, there are camps from which souls never leave, where justice never reaches. Forced labor in arrest camps is common. Women are sent abroad for work, compelled to transfer funds for the benefit of the state. UN reports confirm the existence of a de facto slavery system in the country. Key economic resources. In North Korea. North Korea's economy relies on several natural resources and productive sectors, notably coal, iron, gold, military industries, and sabotage activities. Over 90% of trade is with China, which remains a primary and key economic partner. A significant portion of the economy operates in a black market or shadow economy, where exchanges are more frequently conducted through barter rather than currency. State regulation stifles any real growth of the private sector. Furthermore, forced labor in detention camps and sending workers abroad contributes to procuring hard currency for the regime. Labor camps in North Korea. Recent images from advanced industrial satellites reveal the existence of numerous secret camps used by North Korea for forced labor and political repression. These camps, known as kwallisu, are surrounded by intricate fencing and are located in remote mountainous or marginal areas, far from the eyes of the world. Analyses indicate that these camps hold thousands of prisoners, with reports suggesting that detainees are forced to work in mines, factories, and fields under inhumane conditions. Some images document the expansion of these camps over time, indicating that the regime continues to rely fundamentally on them to suppress any suspected dissent. Note: international journalists have not been granted access to these camps, so satellite images and survivor testimonies remain among the most important evidence of their existence. Sectarianism and the state of society in North Korea. North Korean society is divided into rigid classes known as songbun, a socio-political classification that evaluates individuals and families based on their historical loyalty to the regime and the leader. The population is divided into 3 main categories. 1. The loyal class enjoys better opportunities in education, work, and housing. 2. The indifferent class receives limited opportunities. 3. The hostile class, deprived of most opportunities, constantly monitored, and socially and politically isolated. The society lives in a perpetual state of terror where everyone monitors everyone else and fear overshadows love. Even familial relationships may be affected by the regime's demand for loyalty, with children sometimes reporting their parents if they harbor anti-regime thoughts. This system is considered one of the harshest forms of organized discrimination and racism in the modern world, reinforcing the government's control over every aspect of personal and social life. Do you visit North Korea? North Korea is not merely a state. It is a story of a person whose right to be human is stripped away. Will you remain in the shadows, or will you search for the light beyond the wall? Do you believe that North Korea will change, or will it remain as it is? Will you visit it? If you are a fan of mystery or you yearn for an experience unlike any other on the planet, then a visit to North Korea is not just a trip. It is an experience wrapped in fear, astonishment, and political cunning. Add more information. Share your opinion in the comments, subscribe, and click the like button on the channel to unveil another face of the world. Evan, the broadcast leader.